Hello, everyone. Today we are going to see a very basic feature of Canva, which you are going to use day in, day out, no matter what kind of designs you're using. In most of the designs, you will use this shape and you will play with the shape in many of ways. It is most underrated, but then if you look deep into designing, it is used most number of times in different ways, in different formats. Let's get into Canva. What I'm doing is this is the Canva dashboard. I'm creating a custom size, which is 1080, 1080. आप किसी भी size पे बना सकते हो. You can use any size that you want. This is just for showing you to use one particular element in many of ways, in many designs. We'll also go through some examples so that you understand that these few shapes are used in most of the places in one way or the other. So that element is, as you've seen, I think you are quite aware of the interface of Canva. This is the interface or the dashboard of Canva. आपको यहाँ पे elements, and I told you the most important part inside Canva is the elements, and inside elements the main thing that will make your design stand out are the right keywords that you use. Okay, so in this case there are the one particular keyword that we use, particularly I in my designs I've used multiple number of times, is the keyword square. And let's see, there are, sorry, I was searching into design, so I hope you understand. I was searching into design, so it depends. I was not searching an element, so I was searching square keyword in design, so this all designs came up. But what am I looking for? I am looking for is element square. Element square. I went to element and I wrote square and I hit enter. You will get all things like this. You have square shape, square graphics, square photo, square frames. बहुत कुछ है यहाँ पे. What we need is square shape, and because it is the most used one, it pops up immediately at the front. So what we'll do is we'll choose this. Okay. You see, जैसे आप यहाँ पे click करते हो, you get it in your canvas, the white artboard that you are going to create. Again, to make any changes, what is the thing we need to do is we need to click, and whatever changes you need to do reflects here. Okay, so you'll click here, and any way that you want to edit is all the buttons are right here. So let's explore a little bit of button, which is once you click square, you can edit it in terms of shapes. अगर आप बहुत shapes खोज रहे हो, आपको shapes नहीं मिल रही है, from here is where you can go into shapes. Get into square, and you can change the shapes. There are a lot of shapes that you can use. Just if you remember, we discussed that ideally two type of shapes. One is with soft edges and with round with hard edges. So here you can find this is again a little soft and a little hard. Rest are most are edgy. You will find most edges. Okay, circle is here. So now how do we use it in design? Okay, let's see. So I'm taking example for a brand which is Simple Maths by Ananya. This was the example of the current batch that we are that student are a part of. So we'll try to create a poster for her, okay? And we'll create one more with one more example. So what we'll do is first thing first, if square is definitely required. We'll find a picture which would be teaching online. See, I am directly dropping into creating the designs. For you people who are starting out, please go ahead and take inspiration. Without inspiration, you will end up making really bad designs. I want you to take good inspiration from websites like Pinterest, Dribble. There's a lot of other websites that if you are scrolling social media, keep a record of good designs. Take screenshots, keep a file of that screenshots. So, abhi main kya kar rahi hu? We are trying to create a poster for uh, Simple Maths by Ananya. Okay, Simple Maths with Ananya. So I'll go get into elements and I'll search for an image or a picture. Okay, and the picture should have women teaching online. Okay. I think that's very subjective of what kind of pictures that you feel you want to choose. Let me see. This one-on-one, no, I need people with, yeah, this is used. Because I remember her color palette was somewhere near indigo and peach. I'll try to stick to that. Okay, so this looks like an online class that is going on. What we'll do is the square I've taken. Again, ये देखो इसके पीछे चला गया. The concept of layer comes here. There's one image, there's one image. What do you want in front? If I want this in front, what I'll do is I'll click this element. I'll go to, again, I'll click this element. All the things will pop up of how I want to edit. I'll go to positions and I'll make it forward. So ये आगे आगे. This comes forward. This is how we do it. Now let's choose this color to blue. This ideally I expect you can choose whatever blue that you would like. Okay. So this is one. And I write the topic. So the shortcut of writing text is you simply press T in your keyboard. I press T and you get a demo text to start. Now you can edit this text and write whatever you want to write. This is also need to be well searched of what do you want to write. But right now, I'll use algebra because this class might be on algebra. So I'll take algebra. Okay. Not going, I'll use the color to white, make it bold, make it a little big because this is the main thing. Algebra. And I'll duplicate this because मुझे और भी कुछ लिखना है. Okay. And right. Simplified for you. For your, if your ideal target audience is parents, your child. Okay. So मैं थोड़ा छोटा कर दूंगी. Other way to reduce the sizes, you click on this and you choose the size from here. Okay. Anyway, I like Poppins more. Poppins is a very generic, amazing font that is used in many places. So keep a note, this is a good font to use, sans serif. I use Poppins and I use the extra light one. Simplified for your mind. Okay. Again, when you design, the technical challenges, like for example, uh, this whatever cohort or the class that is, or the webinar that she planned, there are many questions. Is this for CBSE batch or an ICC batch? You have to mention that also because at a glance, people should get all the important, at least the bare minimum important information they want to click and know more or either connect to, right? So the idea of creating this is we will share this with people and people should inquire or register for this, right? So algebra simplified for your right. Okay. Then again, now you would say where is the concept of square? Again, so because ICC and CBC are an important factor, we need to make it stand out so that people are aware, yes, this webinar is both for ICC as well as CBSE. I'll click this, I'll duplicate this. Okay. अब क्या करेंगे इसे छोटा करेंगे. Okay. Because you can play a lot with these shades. Again, a little more. I think this is decent. You want to undo, कुछ गलत हो जाता है, तो Control Z, you get it back. Like for example, ये गलत हो गया, and I press Control Z or this button, so it gets back to the place. Okay. So this is the button. अभी मैं क्या कर रही हूँ? I am trying to create a border for this to stand out a little. तो जैसे ही आप इस पे क्लिक करते हो, again you know all the buttons of our editing comes here. What you will do is create a border style. Not more than 2, 3, 4 is decent. ज्यादा बहुत आपको स्टैंड आउट करना है तो आप 4 से ज्यादा यूज करना. For me, I think 2 is decent. I'll change the line to this. I'll change the, अब देखो इसमें दो कलर आ गए. If I leave this, the black outline and there is blue inside, the inside color is blue. What we'll do is the other color she selected was peach. I'll go and find a peach. आइडियली आपका जो पीच है वो आप फाइनल करके रखोगे. This would be, for example, if this is the peach. If uh, let's take a peach. This, for example, if this is a peach color, that's not a orange is peach. For example, if this is there. तो अभी मैं क्या करी उसका बॉर्डर साइज को थोड़ा सा और बढ़ा रही हूँ. आई थिंक ये स्टैंड आउट नहीं कर रहा है. I'll make it 3. Okay, and let me make is this. One more thing which I want. I'm not liking the square somehow. तो अगर आप ये बटन देखो, कॉर्नर राउंडिंग, you click here and इसको आप बढ़ाओगे और घटाओगे. Let's see what is happening. This increasing and decreasing accordingly. साइड का जो edges है वो कर्व होते जा रहा है. तो कितना कर्व आपको चाहिए that you can see. So I think this is what I'm looking for. Okay, put it here. And ये थोड़ा ज्यादा लग रहा है. And I'll put it. And what you will do is again shortcut press T. You'll get a text and you write ICSC. बड़ा क्या बड़ा मैं करना नहीं चाहती हूँ, but ICSC, and I'll make it blue. ICSC blue and bold, and I'll reduce the size a little because I want to fit in here. और ICSC again थोड़ा और डिटेल चाहिए. क्लास 9, राइट. थोड़ा सा और छोटा कर देते. Fit in nicely, right? And when you again duplicate it and you write here BSC class 9. These two are conveyed. Now what is missing? Because this is a webinar, right? This is a webinar. तो हमें क्या क्या चाहिए कि ये फ्री है कि नहीं, इसके डेट और टाइमिंग्स एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे होना चाहिए, राइट. तो व्हाट यू विल डू इज अगेन वी नीड दिस टू इन्फॉर्मेशन. आप चाहो तो यहाँ लिख दो बड़ा बड़ा और वो वैसे आप कर सकते हो, बट देन टू मेक इट मोर प्रेजेंटेबल नीट, what you will do is again we will need a square. I took a square. मैंने इसे छोटा किया. There are 3 points that we want. One is this webinar is free. There are actually 4 points. This is a free webinar. This is by Ananya. This is the date and the timings. And the platform is also required. But then that is not important. Very important. So what we'll do is ये मैंने square create किया. इसके भी corners को what we'll do? Now it's up to you. मैं इस पे क्या करूँगी? I'll create a border for 2. Okay. And let's make it. एंड मैं बॉर्डर का कलर, ये देखो ये बॉर्डर का कलर है, ये अंदर का कलर है. बॉर्डर का कलर यू विल टेक पीच एंड अंदर का कलर लेट्स कीप इट ब्लू ओनली. इन दैट केस यू कैन आल्सो कीप व्हाइट. और ठीक है, मैं थोड़ा सा छोटा कर रही हूँ. मैं इसके कॉर्नर्स को राउंड कर रही हूँ. 21 इज डिसेंट. अभी क्या है, ये मुझे बहुत जगह ले रहा है तो मैं इसको ना थोड़ा साइड कर दूंगी. आई थिंक इतना मैं स्पेस लूंगी. Information that the date, again the second information is timing. Then one more information was, there was one more information. अभी अभी मैं 3 ही रखती हूँ. So again you will, आप इसको चूज करोगे, डुप्लीकेट करोगे and will write date. Date is ideally say for example 10/1/2025. If this is the date, we'll change the color to white क्योंकि ये ब्लू के ऊपर प्लेस होगा. Put it here. अभी यहाँ मैंने क्यों जगह छोड़ा है टेल यू. एक बार मैं इसको टाइम लिखती हूँ, इसको डुप्लीकेट करते हैं. एंड फॉर एग्जाम्पल टाइम अगर आपका होगा 10 AM to 12:11:30. This is use it टाइमिंग। हमेशा ना एजेस पे कुछ मत लिखना, फॉर हमेशा ये रूलर है, इतना जगह एनी टाइम आप लोग को छोड़ के रखना है, इवन ऊपर से और इवन नीचे से। दैट इज अ बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस। इसीलिए ये रूलर होता है। वेयर विड यू फाइंड द रूलर? फाइल, सेटिंग्स, मेरा यहाँ पे टिक किया हुआ है, सो रूलर इज शोइंग। इन केस आपके में नहीं शो करेगा, यू हैव टू गो टू फाइल, सेटिंग्स एंड स्विच इट ऑन। If I switch it off, then I go to settings and show rulers, show the ruler. Okay, this is also not ideally right. So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here. थोड़ा सा छोटा वर्क करेंगे। लेफ्ट अलाइनमेंट। अभी क्या चीज मिसिंग है? हाउ वुड दे नो कि ये क्या है? हमें क्या एलिमेंट्स में जाके सर्च करेंगे, दिस इज डेट राइट, तो विल राइट डेट। देखो कैलेंडर का एक आइकॉन आ गया, दिस इज अ इलिस्ट्रेशन। इलिस्ट्रेशन मतलब हैंड ड्रॉन वेक्टर आर्ट। तो आप वी कैन पुट दिस हियर, यू कैन टेक दिस, तो छोटा करेंगे, चेंज द कलर टू व्हाइट। नहीं चेंज हुआ, कभी कभी नहीं होता, एंड विल पुट दिस, इट्स अ सिंबल कि ये डेट है। And then again similarly you will go for time, then you will select graphics related to time. I think this is decent. We'll click this, change the color to white, reduce the size by dragging it, put it here. Okay, date हो गया, time हो गया, and एक और चीज मुझे चाहिए था, क्योंकि लिस्ट जो मेंटोर होता है या जो ट्रेनिंग होता है, जो ट्रेनर होता है, विल टेक द वेबिनार, उनके भी डिटेल्स यहाँ होने चाहिए और एक फोटो भी होनी चाहिए। ठीक है, एंड अगेन आपका जो लोगो होगा वो भी आप यहाँ पे कहीं पे प्लेस करोगे। तो मैं क्या करूंगी, विल गो फॉर फ्रेम। व्हाट इज फ्रेम? फ्रेम इज जहां वेयर यू फाइंड टू फिट इन एन इमेज। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं यहाँ पे एक फ्रेम ले रही हूँ, व्हिच इज दिस। लेट मी टेक दिस, क्योंकि मैंने सब कुछ स्क्वायर स्क्वायर लिया है। आई रिड्यूस द स्क्वायर, पुट इट हियर, एंड फिर आइडियली आप क्या करोगे, अपना फोटो यहाँ अपलोड करोगे। अभी मैं किसी भी लेडी का इमेज ले लेती हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये अनन्या, whoever दिस अनन्या इज। तो मैं इसे जैसे ड्रैग करके यहाँ पे ले जाऊंगी, ये फ्रेम के अंदर फिट हो जाता है। अब आप इसको डबल क्लिक कर जैसे करते हो तो आप इसको एडजस्ट कर सकते हो। ये मुझे सिर्फ इसका चेहरा दिखाना है। दिस हाउ यू पुट योर फेस, एंड लेट मी चेंज दिस, इसको मैं पीच कर देती हूँ, ये बॉर्डर को ब्लू कर, एंड आई पुट द नेम अगेन शॉर्टकट अनन्या। बाय अनन्या, चेंज द कलर टू, हो गया अनन्या। One more thing is missing, which is this is a free webinar. In fact, this is a webinar. You have to use the word webinar. If this is free, तो free is again a very good word to use because it grabs attention. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे? You search for a यहाँ पे आप लिख भी सकते हो. It depends कि आप इसको कैसे लिखना चाहते हो. So I am looking for a sale. Sale जब होता है तो कैसे उसमें tags लगे हुए रहते हैं, right? So let me search related to sale. हाँ ये मैंने लिया, दिस हियर। अगर ये अगेन प्लेसमेंट्स आपको देखना पड़ेगा। अभी हम इसको अभी हम इसको थोड़ा सा नीचे करते हैं, स्टिल मेकिंग सेंस, एंड इसको मैं एक बार लॉक कर देती हूँ। क्यों लॉक करी, यू विल गेट टू नो। राइट क्लिक एंड लॉक दिस एलिमेंट, दैट मीन्स अब ये मूव नहीं करेगा। तो अब मैं क्या करूंगी, यहाँ से क्लिक करते हुए ये सारा कुछ सेलेक्ट करूंगी, इसको भी लॉक कर दूंगी। यहाँ से इसको क्लिक करते हुए इसको मैं नीचे कर। Now what we need to do is we need to write free webinar and nothing, because free webinar is an attention, should be an attention grabbing thing. Okay, I'll put a banner here, ये sale type का जो लगता है वैसा here, and I again go to shortcut text, write free webinar. जैसे किनको अगर again very good line is ₹0. You can also put that. Free webinar, change the color to white. Free webinar, algebra simplified for your child for class 9 for CBSE. Dates are this. Dates से थोड़ा मैं छोटा कर दे. Completely मुझे थोड़ा इधर करने का मन. Not align. So this is how you create a poster. Okay, but now the point is how many times I have used square. Many a times. Here with इसका border अलग किया, उसका border अलग किया, इसका dotted दिए, इसमें भी dotted दिए, इसका border का color अलग है, इसका अंदर का color अलग है. And then when you start working, इसको बहुत तरीके से आप edit कर सकते हो. ये transparency लो कर सकते हो. When this is making sense क्योंकि वो बहुत stand out हो रहा है. Transparency लो कर सकते हैं. Transparency जैसे आप लो करोगे ये थोड़ा सा transparent हो गया. Right? By Ananya, the teacher name is here. So the point is you square multiple number of times in multiple different way to create a design because that is how you use solid spaces. Up instead of just writing it down ki हाँ for ICSE also for CBSE also you pick up a shape उसको थोड़ा सा stand out कराते हो and you put up your point. Again the point is everything is justified. I am able to grasp all the thing at a go. मुझे एक बार में सारी चीजें समझ में आ रही हैं. या ये ICSE के आप इसको पैराग्राफ में लिख दो. Nobody will read. The point of creating graphics is to simplify what you need to convey. And to simplify, जब भी आपको जो भी लिखना है उसको पेन एंड पेपर में लिखो and then cut it down. उसको छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में बांट दो. Like this is one algebra simplified for you. This is two. This is the third important thing that you want to showcase. This is the fourth important thing that you want to showcase. And this is the fifth thing. And again, आपको एक visual context देना है कि होने क्या वाला है. दिस इज वेरी सब्जेक्टिव. ये आप और भी चेंजेस कर सकते हो. आप एक्चुअली मैथ का बुक्स डाल सकते हो यहाँ पे एंड एक लाइव वेबिनार हो रहा है या व्हाटएवर, या अपनी फोटो क्लिक करके डाल रहे हो आप एक वेबिनार ले रहे हो. दैट वुड बी वेरी वेरी इफेक्टिव. Okay, so the point is you have to use this the shape में square and not particularly square. कोई भी shape जब आप use करो you can use it in multiple different way क्योंकि वो खुद में edit होता है उसमें editing options इतने हैं and this is how you use it. I hope you understand this. And because you are starting your design journey, this would be very, very helpful for you, especially the part where I told you to cut down or simplify what you want to portray or bring out in the poster, and then use shapes to highlight that short points. Okay, great. Go ahead, keep designing, keep learning, keep growing. And if you have any doubts, do comment or do connect to me and I'll try to create a next video or a tutorial for you. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. So today we are going to see a very basic feature of Canva which you are going to use day in, day out. No matter what kind of designs you're using, in most of the designs, you will use this shape and you will play with the shape in many ways. It is most underrated, but then if you look deep into designing, it is used most number of times in different ways, in different formats. So let's get into Canva. What I'm doing is this is the Canva dashboard. I'm creating a custom size, which is 1080. आप किसी भी size पे बना सकते हो. You can use any size that you want. This is just for showing you to use one particular element in many ways, in many designs. We'll also go through some examples so that you understand